Thank you for coming in. So we had you marked down for a thorough skin exam and taking a look at the skin on your face, your ears, your shoulders, on the top of your head, the areas that typically will get the most sun exposure and might be a little bit more susceptible to, some of those side effects that you get afterwards, burning, peeling. Okay. If it's all right with you, I'd like to get a little bit close to you just to give you a visual inspection first, and then if it's okay to place my hands on your skin, I just want to feel with my fingertips, how flexible your skin is, how pliable, supple, dry spots, oily spots, that sort of thing. I'm going to taste my hands here. You can just relax, and if it helps to close your eyes, please do whatever you need to get comfortable, okay? Tops of your ears. Does any of this feel uncomfortable? Any discomfort? Any burning pressure? Anything that seems out of the ordinary? Okay. Do you mind if I take a look at your chest, your collarbone, and your shoulder tops? Okay. Just going to slightly move your shirt to the side here. Do you mind lifting your chin up just a little bit? It does look quite standard. That's usually a good thing. And get a little bit closer. I'm going to put my headset on and take a more up close and personal look. Is that okay? Now this has a bright light on it, so I just want to warn you, if it's more comfortable for you to close your eyes, a lot of people choose to do that just because the light. Okay. And this should be very gentle. So if you experience any kind of discomfort, pain, that's not going to be expected or normal. Just let me know, and we'll pause, take a look and figure out if we can find out the root cause of that and go from there, okay? Okay. Just gonna get really close and take a look. You got a little bit of like a patchy dryness going on over here. And do you know if you have, is it typically like combination skin, dry skin, oily skin? What is your understanding of your skin type? Okay. Just gonna take a better look at the tops of your ears here. Everything looks good on the surface here. You do have a couple of little dry patches here and there, as well as some discoloration and discoloration can happen for a couple of different reasons. I mean, sun exposure is definitely one of those, and it can also just be, natural aging. What I'd like to do is before we get into any kind of topical treatment, I want to get some samples of your skin as they are normally. What that will involve is taking a very precise scalpel, surgical scalpels. I'm very, very gentle with these, so you shouldn't experience any kind of pain. But ideally what we want to do is we want to get some of the topical layers of skin off of your nose, some of your foreheads where you have these dry patchy areas here, maybe a little bit from your chin as well. We'll be able to look at those under a microscope, get a better look at them. If there's anything that needs to be, adjusted or treated differently, then we'll go ahead and follow up on that. But it's just kind of as a precaution. But, do you have any questions or concerns? Oh no, it's not intended to be scary at all. In fact, this should be a very, very gentle experience. So if you experience anything other than that, let me know, okay? I'm going to start with your right eyebrow. Go ahead, just close your eyes if that makes it more comfortable, and try to remain still for me, okay? And if you do need to move, if you have anything like you want to itch or anything like that, just let me pause. Okay. Flip it here to the center. Get your other eyebrow. Nose. Side of your nose. Okay. Any discomfort? No, yeah, I told you it's supposed to be quite relaxing, actually. Okay. And your cheek here. Yeah, it's a much more broad surface. Okay. Just a little bit on your chin here. Now, do you have anything on your face here? Moisturizer, sunscreen, makeup, anything at all? Alright, gonna take a couple minutes just rest for a while. And what I'd like to do as we're going through this is I want to start by giving your face a really thorough cleanse. There's a couple of different devices that I'm going to use as well, with your permission, of course. We have a ion cleansing type of exfoliation. It's a mechanical method of exfoliating your skin. It also will help stimulate the skin and bring any kind of impurities to the surface, and which we can just remove, clean. I also do have an extraction tool, both a manual and a pump-based one. So in the areas where you do have a little bit of a breakout or more difficult areas where we can't really clean very well or exfoliate, we use that to help, suck out the impurities. And then in the more delicate areas where we want to be very precise, we do have a manual extraction tool. Does that sound like a good plan for you? Okay. So to start, let's try to get your skin as clean as we can from the top. And we'll go on to the ion tool. Go from there. Okay. Start by putting a little bit of cleanser on a clean cloth here. Actually, gonna just pat this. It's intended to be very cool and very gentle on the skin. Go ahead and close your eyes. I know that those areas are quite exposed. You might feel a little bit of a tingling sensation, but is it uncomfortable? One of the other things I want to do is I want to go ahead and put a headband on you, just to keep your hair out of your way. So this is a nice velvet material as well. Okay, still want to be able to see your ears. Is that okay? Okay. Just a little bit more cleanser. Just gonna massage it in there. I'm going to do underneath your jawline here as well. Tops of your ears as well. get another new cloth and just wipe the surfaces clean. Your neck area a little bit as well. Does it feel good? Good. Get another good look at your skin now that we've kind of. Oop, that was on. And I can see just from a little bit of that, we have a little bit of discoloration that's right here. You have a little bit on the cheeks. And here as well. Get a good look at your ears. Your ears. Ears are always one of the areas where I don't think that we focus on those enough. But they're so often unprotected. We just don't think about it a lot of the times when we're out in the sun. They look good. They look clean, they look good. If it's okay with you, let's go ahead and start with the ion treatment and see if we can help encourage some of that impurities to come out of your pores, okay? And this has 3 different settings. So this is going to be mostly just the cleansing setting. Let's see what we can pull out. This might feel a little bit tickly. Just using it to gently help assist in exfoliating. And being very delicate in the areas where we're working on. I just want to do a really gentle job here. Down the nose. And up towards the forehead. some of the areas where the secondary tool is going to be for, think of it as like a very small vacuum. It's going to reach in the areas such as like the edge of your nose, and it's going to help to pull some of that excess oil out. It's also good for other areas like the crevice of the mouth, by the eyes, up near the eyebrows, things that might be a little bit more difficult to get to with a manual tool. This is going to be a little bit tickly, so start here on the sides of the nose. Down here on your chin. Just going to clean that surface a little bit more. Yeah, that can sometimes be very intense in a very specific area. So we try not to do that too much if it's overstimulating. I think that's one of the reasons why I like the manual extraction tools, is because we have a little bit more control over them. We can be much more deliberate and take our time. Because I do see some spots here, like up here, right into the hairline. The hairline's not so concerning because as long as the skin is protected, then we're not, cosmetic of it. If you have pimples or something in your hairline and you can't really see them, it might not be so big of a deal. And if it's okay with you, I'm just going to use a manual extraction tool. It's just been sterilized. It's a little lasso. It allows me to apply pressure in very particular spots. And if you have like little pores, that will help pull that out. And then if we need to, we also have our breaching tool, and this will allow us to enter into the skin if it doesn't want to break automatically, okay? So, it's okay if I start here, like on your forehead, just try to get some of these bumps to be a little bit less significant. First apply some pressure with my fingertips here and see if there's any way that these can be coaxed to loosen up a bit. Okay, so there's like a little cluster of them over here, so I'm just going to gently run the tool along the top of your skin. A bit of pressure. Pressure, a little bit of pressure. Okay. Just a little bit closer to the center. Okay. Pressure here. Okay. pressure here. And those areas where we kind of did a bit of dermaplaning with that scalpel, you can really see the skin as it is. Good. Now you do have a whole bunch of little areas here on your cheek, and this I'm going to use my fingertips with because this is more of like a soft tissue area, and it can be a little bit more tender, so I don't want to cause any unnecessary discomfort. So it's okay if I just apply a little bit of pressure here. This is too much. Okay. Just start by pinching the skin a little bit, see if we can, how much we can get away with very gently. Apply a little bit more pressure here with two of my fingertips. Just kind of, and again. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to stretch the skin a little bit so I can get to see where those little pockets are. A little bit more pressure, a little closer towards your jawbone. Is that okay? A little bit tender? Okay, I'll try to ease up on it a little bit. Maybe massage the area a little bit more, see if we can get it to coax out a little more gently. There we go, we are making some progress. Up here on the cheek is just a little bit easier, a little bit more tolerable. A little more pressure from a couple different angles. You have a little up here by your cheekbone. That's great. Actually, that worked really, really well. Just taking a look at the other side here. I'm just going to stretch the skin a little bit and see. Okay. A little bit of depression here. You do have a couple of little comb downs. So just try to relax. I'm going to apply a little bit of pressure here and squeeze. Along your jawline here. Do the same thing I did on the other side, just very gently, like massage the area. Your cheekbones here. Your cheekbones are going to be a little easier to get to with my hands, so just let me know if this is too much. Is that okay? Give your skin a little bit of a rest there. We'll come back to it in just a moment, but let's take a look at your chin here. Is this an area where you typically get breakouts? Yeah, it's very common actually. Any kind of hormonal fluctuation can. This is usually one of the areas where we spot it. Okay. Just gonna very broadly squeeze the area here. Yeah, there's a bunch of different areas then all at once. Just gonna apply a pretty good amount of pressure. This might be a little bit intense, but let me know if it gets to be intolerable, okay? Forehead. I think I'm going to just massage the forehead, not so much do a lot of squeezing. These are the areas where I can see a little bit of redness from the dermaplaning earlier, so I don't want to do too much here. It would cause more irritation. I am going to do just like little small squeezing palpations. A bit by your nose here. Okay. Let your skin breathe for a little bit. While we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and just take a really good look at your shoulders and the top of your ears. Make sure that those areas are also, nothing obvious stands out to us, okay? Just going to move your shirt to the shoulder areas, that's okay. Okay, thank you. You do have a little bit of freckling. It's very common. Does any of this cause any discomfort? Ear again. Okay, your hair looks good. looks pretty normal, nothing that's alarming. Your skin is responding exactly as I would expect with the different stimulation, the palpation, the topical treatment that I'm using in various areas. You got a little bit of redness going on. I'm going to send some of those skin samples off just to take a better, much more close look at that. And if there's any kind of follow-up that is needed, I'll reach out to you. But the last thing I think we're going to get you settled with is, let me go ahead and just use a very calming aloe moisturizer on the top here. That'll help cool the skin, also reduce the redness, and it'll feel really, really nice as the minutes and hours go by, okay? It also smells really nice. So I'm just going to pat this in very delicately. Not a whole lot of friction here, just want to let the product sink into the skin and give it a little assistance using the pressure of my hands. Just lifting up on the chin, along the jawline. How does that feel? Feels okay? Go ahead and remove your band here. Gonna shake that off. I think that is that for now. Nothing alarming. Your face is looking very nice and glowy, nice and clean. And some of those areas that are a little bit warm right now, as that cools down, should let up a little bit. Okay. How do you feel? That's good. Well, I absolutely welcome you to just take your time, rest. I don't have any patients after this, so please just take your time, and when you're ready, come out to the front desk and we'll schedule a follow-up for you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.